Welcome back to the Buds in the Box YouTube channel. Today's video topic is the Leafs free agency, the signings they've had, and our thoughts on what they should do in free agency. It's not until the 28th, so the Leafs have some time to maybe watch this video, and we'll help them decide who to sign. But before we get
the
started
Leafs
on that,
are just watching this, right?
oh yeah, Dubas is
Kyle Dubas is sitting behind his computer right now.
yeah. Before we get started, make sure you guys go check out our sponsors, linked in the description below. Use our codes. And we have been on a little break for a while. Right there, Felly, exactly. We have been on a break for a while, just a few weeks or 1 or 2 weeks. But we're back. We're going to get some podcasts out. It's going to be great. So stay tuned. And Wayne Simmonds signing. Did anyone want to start with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good signing. It's a good price for Simmonds. So, I mean, there's not much more to say. It's just a good price for a guy who's probably going to be on the third, fourth line most of the year. And then you get him for 2 years, and that's going to be the end of his career probably. So it's good that he was willing to take a pay cut. $900K, that is minimum, I think. Right? Because there's like a veterans minimum, which is like $750, but then there's like, I think you got to be over a certain age to take that. But anyway, yeah, he took what he wants to win, obviously. So that's just a guy who's taking that money because he wants to help the team win. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, he's just a player that I've always had faith in. I feel like he has so much potential, including in playoffs, and like it's just we haven't seen it yet. I feel like he can just be like a game changer. Not I don't even want to think about Anderson, Josh. Like he's nowhere near that. He has a way better cap hit than Josh Anderson and way more impact on the playoffs. I just think he's got to find his groove. And I think he's a great signing. He's a playoff signing too, right? That's what we're gonna need this year.
Kyle Dubas is a genius with this signing. Wayne Simmonds was kind of like the heart and soul, and like the pieces of the puzzle at the start of the year when we were just rolling over teams, especially on that power play unit when Matthews was just lighting it up. So if we get this guy on $900K and it's anything like it was at the start of the season when we were winning with Frederik Andersen in it, then we are going to be one good team next year. That was like the point. We were making podcasts every night after the Leafs game. It's like, oh yeah, the Leafs have the Stanley Cup in the bag if they play like this. Like they were unstoppable, and he was good for us until he got that injury. That's why I think he took that $900K. But if he plays like the contract that he earned last year at the start of the year, then this is 100% worth it. And when I first saw it, I saw 2 years. I was like, that's not that good. But then you see $900K and you're like, okay, that's justified. So off to a great start by the Leafs.
Yeah, that's a good start to free agency. But I mean, Wayne Simmonds, he did have a good start to the year. He had like 5 goals in his first 9 games or something like that.
Yeah, all on the power play too.
Yeah, so it's not like he was bad at the beginning of the year or whatever, but he's just not worth, based on his age and what he does and his role on any team, he could probably get 100K more somewhere else. Maybe.
Especially with the flat cap.
But at the end of the day, he doesn't care. He wants to win a cup. He's helping the Leafs out by taking a lower contract, and he just wants to win. So doing that helps the Leafs win. And also, we're talking about the Leafs and everything, and I know everyone sees me. I'm actually wearing my Steven Stamkos jersey, Tampa Bay. But no, I just wanted to say that if you're actually a real Leafs fan, you will not be cheering for Montreal Canadiens in the Stanley Cup Finals. You're not a Leafs fan if you are.
Yeah, my theory is they wouldn't do the same if it was us in this position.
Exactly. Canada's team. Quebec doesn't even want to be a part of Canada. So there you go. They're not Canada's team. Okay. Go Tampa Bay, 3-0. Let's go. Kucherov, Vasilevsky, Hedman. Those are my boys. So for
no love for Point Cirelli or Stamkos.
This guy's wearing the Stamkos jersey but doesn't mention him.
Stamkos is a bum now. So He lost his scoring touch a little bit, but
Yeah, but
whatever.
man, Point's gonna be nasty on Team Canada. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Point's a good player. But anyway, for the time being right now, I'm just cheering for Tampa Bay. I found this. I got it like a bar mitzvah when I was like 12. So
you didn't need to tell them. You should have just said that you're a diehard.
no, I've actually been a fan of Tampa Bay for a really long time, and that's why I'm wearing this jersey. But
Yeah, we're
I'm a
getting our
Leafs
brooms
fan.
out next week.
I'm a Leafs fan, but for right now, I'm a big Tampa Bay fan because they're playing the Montreal Canadiens. So
And Vasilevsky's the
Anyway.
better goalie.
exactly,
Oh yeah, for sure.
exactly.
Yeah, I saw one comment on our TikTok that was like, "Oh, the Habs are only losing because Price is not playing in his playoff form." I'm like, "Did you watch the last three
What?
series?"
Oh my god, man.
But anyways, yeah.
No.
They're delusional.
Yeah, they are.
Well, just getting back to the Leafs, free agency wise and just off season wise, I saw this article. I've read a couple of things that are saying the Toronto Maple Leafs and San Jose Sharks have been known to be trade partners in the past, and apparently there's word. I don't know if this is accurate or whatever, but the Leafs are wanting Evander Kane. And right now, Evander Kane makes $7 million, but this trade would consist of San Jose eating half of it and the Leafs sending over a prospect and whatnot. And the Leafs would have Evander Kane till 2024, I think it is, under 3.5. That would just be unbelievable. But that would be a really good trade by Dubas. I think Evander Kane would just be an unbelievable part of you put him on the first line. It doesn't even matter if you lose Hyman anymore. Like that guy is just gonna fill in right there, right in the shoes, right? So power forward guy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Kane's a big man. He packs a lot. Like he's a fighter that we need, right? Like he'll get in that. We were actually having a talk about the power forwards, and he is one and a good one at that, right? Like he's a great player, and he's that perfect fit that like what Hyman lacks, he has. So you never know if that could work, and that's a rumor that you want to hear, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and I mean that's just like a potential trade idea. There's a ton of those out there, but I really thought that one would be a really good idea because the Sharks don't want Kane anymore. They're done. They're parting their ways now. It's they don't want his $7 million contract anymore. If they can take 3.5 of it and just leave him, they will. They're not winning right now, so.
Yeah, I was against it at first. We had a conversation about this before the podcast. I wasn't convinced that he was a power forward, and these guys proved me wrong. They said the four true power forwards that can, hit, be aggressive, and score: Marchand, Kachuk brothers, and then Kane. I argued Tom Wilson, but
Tom Wilson, I thought about it. He is a power forward.
yeah, I say he's
more of an enforcer, but he can count as a power forward. I just think a power forward needs more points than Tom Wilson gets.
Yeah, if it was like a tier list, it would be those four, and then he's right there.
Yeah, he'd be right there. Yeah. So that's what the Leafs need. They need a power forward that can hit, get not that penalty minutes are good or anything, but a guy that gets a lot of penalty minutes, gets a lot of hits in, and literally last year where he had a point a game, Evander Kane. So on a really bad team, so put him next to Matthews and Marner.
Yeah,
that's an unbelievable line. Or Tavares and Nylander. That's a really unbelievable line. That's just what the Leafs could use in terms of a forward. And then all it would take is basically losing Kerfoot. The lines would be pretty set if they could just make that one trade to get Kane. Trade a prospect some picks and get him and retain half that salary. That would fix a lot of issues on the front end.
Yeah,
not so much the back end, but.
The Leafs really need to clean up their top six because right now it's looking a little bit messy, especially with the Hyman and Anderson stuff. Because originally, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's the left wingers. That's it.
Yeah.
It's.
Originally, we thought that we're like, oh, we need Hyman, let Anderson walk. But as things are developing, and we hear rumors, we we hear developments in signings and agents and stuff, it's looking more likely that Hyman realizes and the Toronto Maple Leafs realizes that this is not going to work. We cannot afford him if he's going to want a $5 or $6 million contract, which I made a video about, which you guys can go check out, by the way. And if the Leafs aren't going to sign Hyman, like Felly said, Kane would be a perfect fit. Someone else like that, Schwartz, Saad, those guys would be perfect fits as well. But we have to find someone, that's for sure, because you can't put Robertson there and you can't put Rodion Amirov there because he's going to be playing in the Marlies.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like it gets to the point where it's like, okay, you have to part ways with Hyman. I think it's evident right now. It's gonna happen. There's no beating around the bush here. It's just gonna happen. They're gonna lose Hyman. I hate saying it. I love Hyman. You guys know I love Hyman. I think he fits so well with the Leafs team and their and everything that the Leafs are, but he just wants too much money, and it's just not gonna work. So. Just the perfect fit. You need a left winger. Evander Kane is a left winger. You need someone who hits and gets on pucks and gets in corners and battles. That's Evander Kane. You need someone who can fit well with a guy like a line like with Matthews and Marner. That's Evander Kane. He does all those things that Hyman did, and like with that line, it just seems like even if it's not him, they need a left winger that would cost less than Hyman would. That would do a similar sort of thing. I don't know who would be, but Evander Kane seems like a nice option right now. If the Sharks were willing to part ways with him, which I think the word is that they are, that would be perfect. And I would really love to see that.
Yeah, but you can run Robertson right under that first line with Tavares.
You could, but they're also talking about Foligno now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they want to sign him back.
Foligno wants back apparently.
If he's willing to take a deal, I'll happily take him.
Like apparently he wants to come back because he wasn't satisfied with what he did. I'm not satisfied either.
Yeah,
well, I would, like here's the thing about Foligno is he's like 32, 33 maybe. He's getting up there. So at the end of the day, it's like he needs a cup too. So he'll probably take a pay cut, and he's not going back to Columbus because they're not winning a cup anytime soon. So the word was that they're gonna go to Columbus. That he would just come here and go back to Columbus. But that's a first round pick that we wasted completely.
Not if he resigns.
Not if he resigns, yeah. So that would be the only way I accept Foligno. Right now he's shunned. But fair. If he resigns, I will unshun him for the next few years if he resigns. But he has to sign something under close to $1 million. Otherwise, he's still shunned.
Yeah. Okay, I'll call him and I'll let him know to make sure that you are shunned by Felly.
Yes, tell him he's shunned.
Okay,
because he is shunned right now.
Yeah,
he did nothing.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But back on the free agency topic, in actually recent rumors today, the Leafs have been in talks with Connor Garland. I want to know what you guys are thinking about that. A small
he's
forward.
A left winger.
He's a right winger. He's a righty. He's a small guy, quick player, and most of all, what we've seen in this playoffs is a hard-working forward. So I wanted to know what you guys thought. I honestly, personally think he resembles yours truly, Zach Hyman's game. I think he
picked up Connor Garland in fantasy this year.
The way he plays, he's small, he's quick, and he gets in battles, and he'll just score those dirty, nasty goals. And he's got a pretty nasty shot. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know about you guys, but I think that would be not a bad pickup. What do you guys?
The Coyotes have him for a steal right now.
Yeah,
he's making $822,000. Really? It must be an ELC, right?
Yeah, is that an ELC?
So he's an RFA. Yeah, I don't think the Leafs could.
Yeah, that would be a tough get for sure. But obviously, I think we'd love to have him on the team. But I think, I mean, I kind of brought up Anderson there before. I kind of want to get into goalies just so that we can get it out of the way.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, there's been recent developments saying that the opposite of Hyman, Anderson is likely to resign. And I'm pretty sure at this point he knows.
It's not likely. I don't think it's likely.
Both parties are gearing up to just they're like
Apparently, word on the street is that the Leafs are willing to spend up to $3 million on a backup goalie or a tandem goalie.
that's pretty fair.
So if Anderson takes $3 million,
Yes. Yeah, he has to
or
take a team friendly deal.
He has to
$2
take an
million
unbelievable cut
for 2 years, then fine. Because actually, that would be a really good move.
Yes.
If you had Anderson and Campbell sharing the net, I would be completely fine with that. It's just I don't want him to be the starter. Because he's still a really good goalie. He's still a pretty, he had one bad year. Everyone's allowed to have one bad year. Things happen. He was injured, whatever. There's underlying things. If he takes a pay cut and wants to come back and wants to win and was willing to share the net, then I'll gladly take him back into Leafs Nation. He's not shunned yet, but like, he's not shunned yet. He is shunned by Jude, but not me yet. But there are better options depending on what goalies are willing to take.
Mhm.
and the salaries they're looking to take as well, right? Because that's what it's going to come down to in the end. As long as the goalie can stop the puck, it's what it comes down to. And like if Anderson's asking for over $4 million, I don't know how worth it is. Like Drieger's out there.
He can't.
Like, yeah,
There's just
Thing
no
is,
way.
though, Drieger's coming off a crazy year. How much is Drieger gonna want? Like,
yeah, that's true.
Well, they've already set the bar. Like Binnington took 5, right?
no, didn't you take more?
6 maybe.
I think 6.
So that's the bar. Like Binnington took 6, and Anderson's nowhere near Binnington right now. So you cut it in half basically, and there you go. You get $3 million. Like Drieger is nowhere near Binnington. He's not gonna ask for $6 million. No one will pay him that.
That's true.
So you gotta like I said, it's like real estate. They're only worth as much as a team is willing to pay. Right now, Anderson is worth $0. Until someone offers him a contract worth whatever the contract is worth, he's worth that. Right now, he's not worth anything. So until a team offers him a contract worth $3 million, he's not worth $3 million yet. It's worth nothing. So that goes for everyone. Dougie Hamilton is worth $0 right now.
Yeah, but I'd say a team would pick him up for even like 4 at the very least.
Anderson?
No. Hamilton.
Hamilton's not taking $4 million.
No, I say if no one wants him.
His comparable is
Are you kidding?
Angelo.
Bro,
What?
he's gonna take $8 million and he's gonna go to
his
Florida.
comparable is an $8 million. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Some
some teams are kind of skeptical to take
Oh,
him.
why doesn't Edmonton take him? They got 15 mil, I thought.
Oh
They
yeah,
do.
Edmonton's gonna take every free agent.
No, actually, Edmonton today said that they want Duncan Keith. They're making a trade for Duncan Keith.
Please
The
stop.
37-year-old man.
Please stop.
It's real. I'm not making it up. It's
Yeah,
not
I know
real.
it's real, but what's he gonna do? He's a 37-year-old Duncan Keith. He's not doing anything for the Oilers.
Yeah. Well,
The only reason, no, you can't even talk about his points if you are going to, because being on the same power play as Kane and DeBrincat, like that's all he would do is like he'd dump it in, and then DeBrincat and Kane would just do something in front of the net nasty, and he'd get a point for it. So
the point I was going to bring up is, I think the Oilers are bringing him in because they've been listening to me. In order to win, you have to get players who have already won. Like one of our best signings this year.
No, that's literally Jim Benning right now. Is that not the Oilers GM?
One of our best signing this year. Defensively, obviously Brody, but Zach Bogosian goes so unnoticed, and he won the cup last year. So I think what the Oilers are trying to do is just bring that experience. Duncan Keith has two cups under his belt, and they think, oh, if he got it for Kane.
Okay, but the Oilers are nowhere near a cup right now.
You never know with
Oilers should
McDavid.
probably sign McDavid. That'd probably be a pretty good signing.
Like what do you think? Like Jujar Kara is going to be in the Stanley Cup Finals? I don't think so.
Well, hey, Corey Perry is right now, so
Corey Perry was also in it last year, so that's not a good argument.
That's not a comparable.
I didn't mean to say Corey Perry. I meant to say
Josh Anderson.
Paul Byron, Josh Anderson.
Okay, but you know what I mean, though. Like the Oilers really have a pretty weak
They don't have a lot
team.
of depth.
Yes. No,
At all.
I think they'll
Unless-
improve this year.
Like, they also have to sign Barry because Barry's on a 1-year deal. He'll go back, but they'll have
Yeah.
to sign him.
He had a good year.
They've got Nurse under a pretty good contract, I think. Like, he's probably worth more than what he's getting paid.
Yeah, and they signed mediocre Nuge, so
Nuge. Yeah.
maybe not making
Can
the
you
best.
believe Erickson Ek got more money than Nugent Hopkins?
No way.
Did you see that today?
I did not.
Joel Erickson Ek got an 8-year deal today.
No way.
Worth $5.5 million average a year.
Wow.
Wow.
Erickson Ek
I mean, he's a good two-way forward though.
from the Wild.
He's
8
what?
years. They locked him up for 8 years. Erickson Ek. Like,
I mean, they for whatever
Nugent Hopkins
reason.
took less money than him.
What?
Nugent Hopkins is worth less than Erickson Ek, is what you guys are telling me right now? No way.
No.
Yeah, but I think Nuge he knows that his points are inflated.
Okay, but Nugent Hopkins could definitely have gotten more money somewhere else.
He doesn't want to though.
Well,
He's too vanilla.
You asked him?
Yeah.
yeah,
I
he
might-
talks
Say, yo,
about-
Nuge, yeah, bro. Oh, you're not looking for that much? All right, bro. I'll tell.
Where's
I'll tell
Nuge
Kane
from?
to
Is
do
he
it.
from like around here? Is he from like out west?
I think he played in the WHL, so I think he is out
Oh,
west.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I was
The
trying to
Nuge.
bring that Duncan Keith thing full around to the point I was trying to make about the Leafs, that the Leafs
No, we're gonna shut you down again.
oh god.
So what do you guys think about David Riddick?
I think
we
he's
can actually get
signing.
into that after, but the Leafs need to sign. I've been saying this all the time since they lost in the playoffs. They need players who elevate their game in the playoffs, such as Blake Coleman, Barclay Goodrow, Brendan Saad, Jaden Schwartz. All have
They
like
don't just-
Stanley Cups.
They don't just.
Except
The
for
thing
Saad.
about it,
Wait,
the
he does have
Leafs don't just. The Leafs don't just have the money to sign
Right. Not
these
all of them.
guys. Like,
Just at
they just
least one
don't.
of them. That this is who they shouldn't go out and sign, like, if they're gonna sign Kane, right? They need they need depth.
no, they need a trade for Kane.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant to say.
But
But they also
okay.
need depth. Like they need Coleman, players like Coleman, players
Okay,
like
yeah,
Coleman
okay.
and Goodrow.
Okay.
I
yeah, it's fine.
I do understand what you're saying, and I do kind of agree with you. But the only reason
It
I
makes
agree
sense.
with you is because when you look at this Tampa Bay team right now and what Montreal's doing and what they did to us, exactly, is they're shutting down Kucherov, Stamkos, their main men right now, right? The big boys. They're obviously still finding ways to score because that's what those players do. I mean,
Nylander had 5 goals against
yeah,
them.
exactly.
Like, come on.
Nylander had more goals than any player on their team in the first round up until them on against Vegas. So he had more goals than anybody. That being said, what Montreal does is they're shutting down their top players, right? And now look at what their bottom 6 are doing. Like Gord, right? Gord is playing unbelievable. So is Goudreau and Coleman. For some reason, they have unbelievable chemistry. Just with what don't they have 3 goals in these past 3 games together? Like that's
Yeah, and they're
if not
unbelievable
more.
goals.
What?
I'm not saying
Unbelievable
that the
as well.
Leafs shouldn't target guys like that, but I'm saying those guys, just because they did win a cup, are worth more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. Well,
So
look at
that ups
Bogosian.
their value.
And this year too, right?
Yeah.
If they're gonna win one this year.
yeah.
Well,
I
they're
think
gonna
that's,
win one this year,
Yeah.
probably. So
That's what is that? 2 under Coleman's belt now?
Yeah,
I mean,
both.
if you start to win cups and you're on a cup winning team and you're a big part of it, then you're automatically worth almost double than what you would be if you didn't win the cup. Like
Yeah,
Blake
exactly.
Coleman's probably, he's probably worth like $1.5 million in a normal contract, but since he wins the cup, he's probably worth closer to 3, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have
It's just
have
like
Coleman
their
as,
name
like,
is
the
out there
long-term.
more,
Yeah.
like there's a bigger name since they're winning the cup. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean and that's the thing that the Leafs didn't have for as good as they played. That Kerfoot line, Kerfoot he was unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, but did he put the puck in the net? Right, and that's what it came down to in that series, right?
well, I think Kerfoot's probably gone, but I mean the
Yeah.
third line center role isn't hard to fill. That's
No,
the thing. You
But
can
it-
sign a guy. You can't sign a guy for $1.5 million and just put him in the third line spot.
Yeah.
Like
But is that
It's
going to
not-
win you a cup? Is he going to be a Yanni Goalie?
Potentially,
Is he gonna
like
be a Blake
you
Coleman?
could sign a guy like Blake Coleman that just
Yeah.
doesn't have the playoff
Or you can
experience.
sign Blake Coleman.
Yes, but for more.
Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta take risks.
Well, we
and
know what Dubé. We don't
all
know
I
what
want to do. I don't even care if the Leafs win the cup next year. I want them to win a playoff round. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about the cup until
Yeah.
they get past one playoff round.
Yeah.
The cup is non-existent to me right now. I'm like, I have a hard time watching these games, but like, all I want to see is one playoff round. I don't even need the team to go deep into the playoffs. Just one round, and I'll be so happy. They could get swept the very next round. I'll just be happy.
So you want to be
That's
like
it.
Winnipeg?
Yeah, literally, I'd be so happy if we were Winnipeg right now, and just lost in the second round. I wouldn't even care. As long as you get past one round, that's all.
You know what? I mean, we've taken Montreal the furthest in the Eastern Division. So what do I care?
Well,
man?
actually, I think Tampa has, but
Okay, well, in this division,
Tampa is automatically. Tampa's gonna sweep them. They're just like Tampa's probably laughing their heads off when they realize they're playing Montreal.
Yeah.
Oh
in
yeah.
the finals. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
Patrick Maroon was salivating.
It's such a
Big
joke.
rig.
Back to back to back.
The repeat.
Big rig.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. I mean, we just about covered everything. Unless you wanted to cover more.
Well, we didn't cover defense really, but
The Leafs have their defense was good this year.
No. What team were you watching?
Well, they fell apart defensively when Jake Muzzin got injured.
So you think Justin Holl should be on our second line?
Justin Holl is not going to be on the team next year, man.
I mean,
he'll either get picked up by Seattle.
Yeah, it's either.
I don't think they're going to protect him.
He worked hard. He worked hard, but as much as hard work can beat out talent, you still need talent, and he doesn't have it. So
like, he did all right.
And then,
I mean, it's all right.
I mean,
he did all right. Like he did decent, but like he didn't do nearly what it would take to win a playoff series. Like
yeah, but we have like Sandin coming up now. We have Liljegren.
Sandin will play next year for sure.
Who will? I think they're gonna give Liljegren a chance, especially.
No, Liljegren's not gonna play. Liljegren's gonna be in a trade soon. They're trading him. He's not doing anything.
Yeah, but I think like I was just looking at the Habs cap space the other day just for fun. They're screwed. Like long term, they are screwed.
Why?
They have Weber until he's 40 on an $8 million contract, and PC until he's like 38 on a $6 million contract, and they have to sign Caulfield, Suzuki, and Kotkaniemi in the next 3 years, all RFAs.
Yeah.
And like people chirp us about the Tavares contract, like please.
Yeah, imagine what Suzuki and Caulfield are gonna want. Like,
yeah,
Caulfield, his name is getting so hyped up that he's gonna want so much money.
The Habs media literally just made him millions of dollars.
Yeah, like he took them. He technically took them because they put him in the lineup. They start winning when he was in the lineup for the Stanley Cup playoffs. He's gonna ask for so much, and they're not gonna be able to pay him.
Well, that's in 3 years though, so
they're gonna have the same cap space.
Whatever. Who cares about the Habs?
It was just
we're not talking.
Agency,
yeah,
but,
I know.
Okay, but yeah, that being said, I mean, just quickly, I'll bring up the thing that Elliot Friedman said. Did you guys see what he said? The DeRozan thing?
No.
So Elliot Friedman today said that the Leafs are reminding him of the Raptors when we traded the DeRozan for Kawhi, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that this is reminiscing of that kind of time when, the Raptors, we were kind of like in a hole. We didn't know what to do.
They just kept losing in playoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should make a big move. And that move can consist of, obviously probably not one of the untouchables, but the way Elliot Friedman said it, it really made me like ponder.
The thing is,
but you know who I see here? We'll get to it so you can say.
Who?
I see Morgan Riley being the DeRozan, someone that you think should stay home. Like, come on, he loves Toronto, and then just.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, but it's like DeRozan technically wasn't untouchable. He's the best player on the team at the time.
Yeah.
So like the only way you trade him is if you get someone much better than him, which they did.
But it was a gamble. It was a gamble because Kawhi was injured, riddled, right?
But the one of the only things I would take for Riley because, well, it's a little different because Riley's contract is expiring in 1 year, so they should trade him no matter what because they need to get something for him because he might just walk. So if you trade him for a year to Columbus and get Seth Jones back because Seth Jones has already said he's not returning to Columbus.
Yeah.
If you get Riley for Jones, it's literally just a better off trade for the Leafs. Like Jones is just a better defenseman in my eyes than Riley is. He just is.
Yeah, no doubt.
So something like that could just help the back end. It should literally would be like a 1-for-1 thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
almost.
Kawhi was like the perfect fit. I don't think. I mean, Seth Jones is a good fit, but will he be the perfect fit?
I mean, you can't really have a perfect fit like that, but like there'll be good fits because hockey isn't a one-man sport like basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
A man can't carry a team. McDavid can't obviously do shit in the playoffs.
So
that proves it.
Like just to also put it into perspective, Seth Jones makes $5.4 million, and I think Riley literally makes almost the exact same. Let me just quickly.
Yeah, it's 5 something. It might be even the same actually, 5.4.
Yeah, it's like literally could be a one. He makes 5, so the Leafs would have to fear 400,000. But like, that's a trade that's easily made. A prospect gets traded away. That's like immediately, it works, and like Columbus would so be willing to do that too. Like that would just be a good trade off.
Yeah. So I guess now we covered defense. That about covers it, and I guess we'll end it here. So thank you guys for watching, especially if you stayed till the end. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you have. And this has been the Buds in the Box. Bye for now.